Thank you, Shay. Thank y'all. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Just plug it in, Red Melissa. Just plug it in. So that's what happened. Didn't have the speaker plugged in. So you all should be able to hear me now on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and we are streaming on New Thought Media. So thank you for that, Shay Love. Good day, Pamela. It's good to see you all. Let me take a deep breath. And you could take one with me if you need to take a deep breath this morning as well. All right. All right. So it has been quite a month. And so we are in July. Today is July 1st. And June was quite a month for me, Linda. June was quite a month for me. And, good stuff, really good stuff, but also very revealing to me. And so we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that today. We're going to start a new series, and the series is called What's in Your Cup? What's in your cup? What is filling up your cup these days? So I had this experience last week. So let me catch y'all up a little bit. Today might be a little catch up, a little bit of confessions, a little bit of learning, a little bit of accepting, a little bit of releasing, a little bit of just being with what is, you know? And so all of those things have been the ingredients of my cup, especially over the last week. Last week was a roller coaster ride for me. So most of you know that my girls, they are twins, graduated from junior high, Lord have mercy, graduated from high school last Wednesday on the same day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And in New York last week, for most of the week, it was hot. Like we're talking real field temperatures of 100 degrees. And Wednesday was one of those days. So wonderful graduations. I mean, just extraordinary graduations. I think I shared a little bit about those experiences last week. And then on Saturday, we had a graduation celebration for my girls at my home. And can I tell y'all a little secret? I really do not like entertaining. I really don't. I realized clearly this week, and maybe I do. Let me rephrase that. I do enjoy entertaining, but at a certain scale. And on Saturday, the girls' graduation celebration, we probably had maybe about 50 people at our house. And our house is small and our backyard is small. And so my vision was for people not to be in my house, just to stay outside. But of course, that wasn't going to happen because one, on Saturday, it started to get humid again. So Saturday started to become another hot and humid day in New York. And two, with that many people, they got to spread out. So what wind up happening is my my sugars, Aria was on the front porch with her friends. Zola and her friends wind up congregating in the living room. And then people were in the dining room, people were in the kitchen, people were in the backyard, people were in the front of the house, people were all over. And that was fine. That was fine with me. But my vision for the day did not materialize. And do you know what really got me the most? That I did not get dressed. I had this whole outfit, y'all. And I kept telling this to Feet, girl, I didn't get to wear my outfit. And Feet came looking all cute with this black outfit on. And I didn't get to wear my outfit. I didn't get to wear my outfit. That just took me over the edge, y'all. That just took me over the edge. I don't know if it's the Libra in me, because the Libras, we are known for liking nice things, and we are known for looking good. Yes, we are. So I couldn't let that go for some reason. Like, I was just harping on it a lot. So anyway, what I realized in all the hustle and bustle, that there were things that I had grown from, and there were things that I am still evolving through, right? And today, y'all, this happened on Saturday. Today, I am finally in a place of letting it go. Finally, I was just holding on to all the things that didn't go right, all of the things that did go right, all of the things in between that spectrum. And what I realized today, I sat down to do my spiritual practice. I woke up very late today. I woke up like 9 o'clock, which is very late for me. And so only thing that I could really do was my spiritual practice. And what I realized was last week, I was doing bypass spiritual practices. Bypass. What do I mean by that? I wasn't fully present with myself as I was doing my spiritual practices. I wasn't doing all the aspects of my spiritual practice that I normally do. Like, I missed a couple of my meditations. Um just I was out of sync last week. And there was a number of things that contributed to that, and none of which were bad. It's just what it was. So my husband's mother, my mother-in-law, who I love and adore, she came on Saturday, and she stayed with us the whole week, and she left on Sunday. So I was so grateful that she was here to see her granddaughters graduate, because she lives in North Carolina. So she often misses a lot of their milestones. So I was so grateful that she got to be here to witness them graduating, to witness Aria being valedictorian and giving her speech, to witness Zola in all of her glory at her graduation, and her emotions at crossing that threshold. All of the things. I was grateful that she was here, and she was staying in my office. So my office is like a guest room office. So that also threw me off a little bit, because I specifically do my spiritual practice in my office, and I have all of my things in there. So that threw me off a little bit, which was fine. And so that was one thing that I would normally do, like fully present spiritual practice. And my fully present spiritual practice can take between, let's say, an hour 15 minutes, right? I was doing like 20-minute spiritual practices last week. I was just like getting it in. And then other things that just pop up when you're planning a event with a lot of people, right? Things that you can foresee. Like I knew I needed more chairs, I knew I needed more tables, and I knew I didn't want to buy these things for one event. And so I also did something that I've been practicing doing, which is asking for help. So I asked folks to loan me chairs, to loan me tables. My neighbor behind us was so helpful. She came over, she was sharing how we could set things up because she's an entertainer. And so I was asking for help. The day of the event, woo, it was a lot. But again, I was practicing asking for help. And it was still very uncomfortable for me to do so. And mainly because, y'all, I want things done a certain way. Mainly because, y'all, I'm still working through control and perfection, right? Still working through letting those things go and being responsible for everyone having a good time. I ain't responsible for everybody having a good time, right? But I was very aware that that was happening within me. And at the point that I looked within myself, when this was all over, Saturday evening, and the last group of people left at 10 o'clock for an event that was from 2 to 7, when people showed up at 8 o'clock for an event that was from 2 to 7. By the time we finished cleaning up, straightening up, because that's the other thing, y'all. I cannot go to bed. Well, I can, but I don't go to bed with a mess. Mainly because I don't want to wake up in the morning to a mess. So Marco, my girls, we were in the back cleaning up everything, stacking chairs, breaking down tables, putting food away, all of the things, right? So that we could wake up in the morning and not have to deal with any of that. So we probably went to bed after midnight easily. And my cup, y'all, was empty by the end of all that. So Sunday was not a day of rest because my husband got tickets for us to see Gregory Porter, who I absolutely love and adore. And so we went to NJ in New Jersey, saw a fabulous show. Gregory Porter was amazing. He had this opening group called SOAR, who were amazing. And I was just soaking that in, right? And I could feel like little drips coming back into my cup to fill up my cup, to fill it up a little bit more, right? And so that got me to thinking. And so this morning, I'm reorganizing, getting myself reacclimated again. And I find this paper, and I read it because on the top I wrote, I love this analogy. So I want to share this with you. And hopefully I have time to share a commercial with you. You are holding a cup of coffee when someone comes along and bumps into you or shakes your arm, making you spill your coffee everywhere. Why did you spill the coffee? Because someone bumped into me. Wrong answer. You spilled the coffee because there was coffee in your cup. Had there been tea in the cup, you would have spilled tea. Whatever is inside the cup is what will spill out. Therefore, when life comes along and shakes you, which will happen, whatever is inside you will come out. It's easy to fake it until you get rattled. So we have to ask ourselves, what's in my cup? When life gets tough, what spills over? When life gets tough, what spills over? Joy, gratitude, peace, and humility, anger, bitterness, victim mentality, and quitting tendencies? Life provides the cup. You choose how to fill it. Today, let's work towards filling our cups with gratitude, forgiveness, joy, words of affirmation, resilience, positivity, and kindness, gentleness, and love for others. What's in your cup? That is the question this week. That is the invitation for us to take a look to see what's in our cup when life gives us a little shake and a little stirring up. When you have 50 people coming to your house and you don't feel fully prepared. When, when you can't wear that cute outfit you had. What spills out? What spills out? What spills out of that cup? And so I have been sitting with that since Saturday, and more consciously so today. So that is what we're exploring this week. I'm going to share more tomorrow about what spilled out of my cup that surprised me, right? And the lessons that I am continuing to learn, continuing to deepen within myself of the importance of filling ourselves up every single day with our spiritual practice. Not drive-bys, not drive-bys. Fully engaged, purposeful spiritual practices that fill us up, that fill us up. Because if that's what's in our cup, when things knock us, when we feel a little shaky, then what spills out is our spiritual practice. It's love, it's joy, it's acceptance, it's peace, it's centering, it's grounding. And because this is a both and some anxiety, and some impatience, and some fear, and all of that is in there, mixed in, all mixed in. And so I had the experience of that through this event that we had for our girls on Saturday. So I'm going to share more about that because I'm still really in the processing of it as well. But I feel like I'm on the other side of looking, right? Because I had a lot of judgment, y'all. I had a lot of judgment too, not just towards myself, but with other people. Like, I'll give you one example. Like my brother, who decided he's going to invite his friends to our event, and they showed up at 8:00. Oh, yes, I had a lot of judgment about that, and had a good conversation with my brother the next day about how how that is not acceptable, and that he crossed a boundary, and that we needed to clear this up because I don't want to harbor any resentment towards my brother, you know? And so he apologized wholeheartedly. And so I could release that, pour that out of my cup because I don't want resentment in my cup. I don't want resentment to be spilling out. And so it can't spill out if it ain't in there, right? Can't spill out if it ain't in there. So when we discover what's spilling out, we can address it. So we're going to talk about that some more this week. All right, y'all. So let me check in with y'all. Yes, 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 yes. Linda, I see you. I'm with you on entertaining. I'm comfortable with small family groups, 10 or less, or just having one or two couples over. For me, it's about being comfortable and not feeling like I have to control anything. Amen. Amen, Linda. Amen. And let me tell y'all, you know what my husband said after all this? Oh, we should entertain more. That was fun. I just looked at him and walked away. It was too soon, y'all. It was too soon. Yes, the cup story is powerful. I'm so grateful. I found it not by coincidence, not by accident this morning because I always receive what I need. Always receive what I need. So we're going to talk about what's in your cup. And I invite you to just start to explore now. What's in your cup? What are you filling up? What are you filling yourself up with? Because whatever you're filling yourself up with will spill out. The good, the bad, the ugly, it will spill out. And it's fine. No judgment about it whatsoever. It just is what it is. So let's get into some joy news real quick. So tomorrow, oh, let me say this. So we are in the beginning of July. Today is July 1st, which means that we are in the process of our completions and creations. I want to remind you all the end of every month and the beginning of every month, we look at what we completed for the previous month, right? So that we can acknowledge ourselves, celebrate, release, let go. And then in the new month, we look and set our intentions for what it is that we want to create for July. So I am so grateful at all that I created in June and all that has been completed in June. And so July 1st is a clean slate. We get to do it again. Release, 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 release even the things that you didn't get to do. Just release it and declare it complete in the energy field. Just declare it complete. And now move into that energy of newness again. Yes. Move into that energy of intentions and see what is up for you for July. And just create maybe 2 or 3 things that at the end of my words, at the end of July, you can say, I completed these 3 things, right? So set it now, set the intention now, and you know what your focus is, what your priorities are for this month. So I wanted to say that. I would consider it all being a possible distraction from the grief. Shay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. Well, we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about that. Um, so tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm inviting everyone to our visioning. I will be leading a life visioning process tomorrow based on the work of Michael Bernard Beckwith. We do this the first Wednesday of the month. And we had our hiatus for May and June, because we were doing our special book study of Hack Your Pain Now by Sekou Writes, which was amazing. And so now we're back to our normal programming with our community cafe. So you can join me. Go to rocklandcsl.org and the Zoom link is there. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, join me for visioning. And so we get to tune into God's idea, love's idea for our lives. And so we do this by engaging 5 deep questions, and then we listen to what Spirit has to say. So I will guide you through the whole process if you've never done it before. If you've done it before, it'll just be a refresher. And it's a wonderful experience to do visioning in community. So please join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. I am the spiritual leader at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living here in New York. And that is one of our offerings to the community All right. So we'll have more joy news tomorrow. We'll have more of our new series tomorrow. And again, the invitation is for you to think about what are you filling up your cup with? What are you filling up your cup with? Right? And so for me, I'm noticing some old patterns, right? And I'm noticing some new mechanisms um, to engage myself with in preparation. And so that's the invitation. What's in your cup? And tomorrow I'll share the commercial that I was going to share today. So everyone have a wonderful today. Thank you all for holding me in light and love. Thank you all for the congratulations towards my girls. Thank you all for just sending positive vibes to the Nobles family. We really, really appreciate it. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.